Good morning, everyone, and welcome to a Thursday morning of the Moose Minute Project on a cool March morning. Yep, the sun is up. No clouds in the sky, but typical Wisconsin weather so far. We're going to go from 30s to 50s to 70 tomorrow, or near 70 tomorrow, and then back into the 40s and 30s for the weekend. So, possible snow Saturday night. So it's kind of typical for March here in Wisconsin. Now, where do you go to for that information? Do you listen to your news? Do you listen to the Weather Channel? Do you just step outside and say, I'm going to take my chances? Do you believe the neighbor? Where do you go for those types of answers? Should it not be the same type of answers that you look for when you're looking into issues that either upset you or make you happy or whatever it may be? Or do you just take whatever somebody says and run with it? Just a question. If you are the type of person that is listening to what you consider real news versus fake news, or where we should probably listen to all the news programs and kind of mix them together and kind of find a truth from there. Everybody says a weatherman, is useless here in Wisconsin. I think they're pretty good. Overall, they are not accurate as far as temperatures and sometimes things that happen. But if you've ever taken a meteorology class, I wouldn't want to be in his job because it's very complicated. Lots of things make a difference in that. But when he says that it's sunny and beautiful today and that it's going to be cool tomorrow, I can believe those. The problem we run into is the more complicated the information, the more complicated the end is. People are right now still arguing and still bringing up President Biden and still blaming the Democrats for the shit that's going on now. Oh, Biden did this and Biden did that. Now that's why Trump's having such a hard time. The Democrats upheld, or are holding up. I see the House Speaker said that yesterday the Democrats are the ones causing the holdup now, that he can't believe that they wouldn't, go with this. Don't they have all the power? Don't they have the majority? So my question is, obviously some Republicans flipped as well and didn't support passage of certain bills. I'm just curious. I'm pretty sure. Last time I knew, when they won the election, that was the big thing. Is when Trump won the election, it was the big deal because there's a majority now, and he has the majority over everything. So he should, if he passes everything that they like, it shouldn't be that hard to get through. However, there are some Republicans that are proving that they don't necessarily all believe in what he's trying to do. But where do you go for your news? Do you just spread that then on the internet saying, oh, Democrats suck, they didn't go along with the bill, like the House Speaker said yesterday? Or do you look past that and then realize that, dang it, we have the majority. If you're a Republican, you have the majority. So if something doesn't pass, it's on you, because no matter if all the Democrats say no, there's still all the Republican power there. So if they say yes, it goes through. So obviously it's not necessarily true what he says, but you're not going to get that from certain news channels. So do more research. It's kind of like how recessions and all of that goes. You need to do some more research beyond what you're hearing on the news about the economy itself. and how Biden's economy, if you believe it sucked, go look at past numbers and now see where it's headed now and do your own research. It's kind of like if you hear that a friend that you're hanging out with is not good. Have you looked into why people are saying that? Or asked them, why do you feel that way? Or do you just go with it and say, screw you, I don't want to be friends anymore because all these people don't like you? It's an interesting think. You just got to think about it. You have to open this up to bigger spectrum. You know what I'm saying? Look at the big picture. If somebody says that it's sunny outside, do you just believe them? Or do you go outside and look? Yeah. If you're not understanding how things work today, and you're just reading it on social media or the news and not doing other research, then you are not doing your due diligence to truly educate yourself. You just want to follow the masses. It's kind of like if you hear a restaurant isn't any good. Do you just go then, well, I'm not going there? Or do you go experience it and then you realize, wow, this place is really good? It's kind of the same scenario. If you're just going to listen to people and they direct your life, you're in for a world of a long road here. You have to be smart enough to be able to have the common sense to cycle through the bullshit and come up to your own conclusions. A lot of people don't like me. It's hard to believe. Not really. A lot of people don't like me because I talk directly to them. They don't like that. People do not like that. They would much rather talk to a third party about you, and then hopefully they have the same feeling. And then they'll just continue to talk to people until they find another person that has the same feeling. And now they have a little group. It's kind of how the world's working right now. We're going to talk to other people until we find somebody that agrees with us. And then we can attack together. And we'll get more people that believe us. It's kind of like I don't believe in doing all the destruction to the Tesla vehicles and burning down dealerships and doing whatever else. If you don't like them, don't buy them. If you want to sell yours, but don't deface somebody else's property. It doesn't make any sense. Just to make yourself feel better? Kind of stupid. I don't like a lot of people, but that doesn't mean I go out and purposely hurt what they do. Doesn't make any sense, does it? I wouldn't degrade your business if just because I didn't like you as a person. If you provide good things and you do things, then I'm not going to degrade that. However, if I go to your establishment and I have a shitty meal or I have shitty service and somebody says, hey, have you ever been to this place? I go, personally, the service was not good. The food was not good. But you go try it for yourself. But personally, I'm not going back. And I usually also then tell the owner that, hey, service was terrible the other night. They're like, oh, sorry, I'm glad to hear that. Or they go, well, Chris, she was new, or we didn't have, it's a lot of that comes back to how the ownership interacts with their staff, plus being smart enough to ask people for their opinions, but also smart enough to understand that not everything can be handled. You have to handle it the best way you can. So, not that you have to give away the farm and say, hey, I'll give you free meals when you come in next time, or whatever it may be, or, hey, you know what? I'm going to give you a $20 gift card. Come back in. Give me another shot. Okay. That sounds like a plan. But we as humans do not go up. We do not go up to owners of businesses. We only want to go online because that's how we're trained these days, is go online, write a shitty review, blast them all over the internet. Or if you don't like somebody and you don't even shop there, you still go online as an anonymous person and you blast them for no reason, and then the owners try to figure out who they are. If you go to a place, whatever it may be, Quick Trip, I don't care, BP, you go on like my ice fishing trip when I went on that guide service. If you are not man enough or woman enough to go to the person that is in charge of it and say, you know what, I'm really let down on your service, or your food was not really that good, or the salad bar had issues, or your guides weren't, very friendly, or this guy was not good. If you cannot do that, then you have no right to go home and sit on your ass and write a review about somebody. Just kind of like right now is everybody's arguing about what's going on in the U.S. And let's face it, if you are on the right or the left right now, if you want to argue with me that, it's the left's problem, they caused all this, that's why we're struggling. No, we're done talking. Because you cannot tell me that this is how it's supposed to be. Be strong enough to go to somebody face to face and call them out on it. I love when I hear, hey, by the way, this person was saying this about you. Perfect. Then I don't have to care. If you come to me personally and talk to me, then we care. And then we can talk it out like we are here versus a 6-page thing on the internet that is full of lies and mistruths. It's impossible to try to justify what happened. And what I love about it mostly now is that a lot of people can just post anonymously, which I think is BS. If you're going to have to be able to degrade somebody or tear them apart, your name should have to be on it, along with your pretty little picture, so people know who you are. Because that's how it should be. I shouldn't be able to go on to some random business in the U.S. and tear them apart and tell them how shitty they are without that. So, if you are going to go on blasting and blasting and blasting the left side right now, when the right side has all the power, they have everything they need to do what they want to do, and you're going to, like I said, the Speaker of the House yesterday said, it's the Democrats that held us up. No. The Republicans, there's people that switched, obviously, that don't totally believe in your bill, so tell the truth. Call them out for what it is. You're the face of Congress right now. You have the purse strings. So, if you are going to talk about people and you are going to badmouth people or have proof to do it. I thank everybody again that supports my mom's 2nd annual coming up. Thank you for that. I'm going to try to, like I say, do as much positive at the end of these because it's just stuff that, again, I speak out of my mind. This is stuff that comes to me that drives me nuts. It hits hard on the emotional side from my stroke. It holds things up. It makes me fluctuate. Thank God the sun's out. It's the hard part about winter for me is it drives me pretty deep into dark places. A lot of up and down spikes, big spikes, not just little flat lines. And it affects things. So this is just me talking. If you don't like it, it's okay. There's a end button. If you don't want to watch it, don't watch it. But I also thank people that are there to support me. and that have been friends for a long time. And people know who I am. I'm outspoken. I'm not afraid to tell somebody to go fly a kite, because I don't need that many people in my life to make me prove who I am. And neither should you. Be who you are, as long as it's not a raging dickhead or a raging witch or however you want to call it, and you are yourself just a piece of hard to handle garbage, then it's okay to tell people how you stand, as long as you do it correctly. And just say, hey, you know what? I don't want to talk about it. I feel you don't understand. It's like people arguing online right now. When you see on these chats and chants and whatever else, there's 6 pages of response back. You've wasted way too much time that you'll never get back to and responding to it. So, if you have served our country or served for our country in any way, military, law enforcement, fire, EMS, however you want to call it, thank you. I don't think there's enough of that happens to say thank you. Truly appreciated. And yeah. Has anybody else noticed on Facebook, especially guys, how many hot women are after you to just say, hey, how are you? Yeah, I get quite a few of them. Quite honestly, I'm not surprised. I mean, but I get a lot of them. I just saw one pop up on my screen. That's why I said it. They just want to say, hi, how are you? Send me a friend request. Would like to get you know better. I'm 50 plus and single. You know. Yeah. Hit block on those. They're not really interested. Trust me. Trust me, I know that. I mean, 6'5", 300 pounds, a little heavy around the chin. I'm pretty sure hot isn't the word that comes to mind for most people. So, thank you for tuning in this morning. It's good. This gives me the break I need every day. If you look up right there, that's Mom. She rides with me every day. She yells at me for my driving. I'm pretty sure she guides me that way. But, yeah. Isaac has one in the squad, too, so Grandma gets to ride at 100. She likes that. That gives her adrenaline. So, she's overlooking him, too. So, thank you guys very much for tuning in. This is why I do this. It's just my release for losing her in August. My own being to clear this brain out that gets way overloaded. So, truly appreciated. Bowling tonight, so I get to do that. Bowling on Sunday. And then bowling next weekend at the state tournament. So, yeah, a lot of bowling. That is my stress relief, too. And also adds stress. Yeah, depends on the day. So, thank you for tuning in. Again, thank you to everyone that has served our country in one aspect or another. If you own a restaurant and you have really good food, thank you, because I enjoy that too, as you can tell. Yeah, not afraid to a good prime rib or fish fry or whatever it may be. And if you're in the Richland Sun area, stop into TKO. Talk to Mr. Tim. He does a phenomenal job there. And, yeah. Also to those guys that are, I got to do some more research on a few others that have companies too that I want to get involved in on the second annual Marcy Strikeout Alzheimer's Baker Shootout, which will be November 8th, 2025 at the Phoenix Center. So, have a great day. We'll talk tomorrow. Who knows what'll break the news today? Who knows? But we'll find out. And as always, take time to bless somebody's day today.